For Nerds by Nerds Mandalorian Minute. I'm Josh.
I am Ben.
This week we are covering episode 7 of season 2 of The Mandalorian, titled The Believer.
Yep, that is correct.
Dive right in. We start off on a scrap planet of sorts. We see Bill Burr's character Mayfield breaking down a TIE fighter, rusty old TIE fighter.
It's always good to see his character come back.
Yeah, I thought he was a lot better in this episode than he was in the first one. Not that he was bad in the first one, but...
No, he was Bill Burr in the first one, but he actually embodied this character in the second one.
Yeah, he did some real acting in this one.
That's how exactly how I felt about it. Like, super serious.
A robot guard walks up and tells him that he is being reassigned.
He's confused as shit.
Cara Dune shows up. She's like, I'm taking custody of you. Let's go. He has no idea what's going on. They walk up to the Slave One. He has a little bit of a panic attack when he sees Boba Fett.
About lost his noodle.
He's like, oh, shit, I thought you were someone else. And then Mando comes marching out, and he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think he wasn't expecting to be reassigned to what he thinks is probably his certain death.
Yeah. They're like, you used to be an imperial officer. We need you to find Moff Gideon's ship. You know codes, you know procedures, so you're gonna do that. And he's like, oh, okay, well, if I do that, then you'll just let me go?
And they're like, nah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no. Like, you'll do what we tell you to do, and maybe you'll get like a nicer position out of this. You won't be in this shit field.
Right.
And he's like, well, I don't really have much of a choice.
Correct, you don't.
And this episode's like real non-stop. It just go.
Oh, yeah, it was straight up action.
But when we see Boba Fett, he's all shiny and new. Not shiny, though. Like, he made all of his armor, like, matte finished.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is if he's going to take the time to repaint, why are there still chips? I understand the dents. He didn't knock the dents out. But there's still chips in the red paint and chips in the green paint in certain areas. Like, they're going for a new weathered look. I don't know. Just paint it and make it look crisp and clean.
Yeah, I did like it, though.
It did. It looked phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's the best his suit has ever looked in anything. So that just...
I don't want him to keep taking his helmet off, though.
Yeah, he's an ugly cuss.
Well, I mean, he never used to take his helmet off.
Yeah, very true.
Now, every time he's got a spare second, he's popping the top on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just because I guess the guy who played him originally, no one knew, and people know Temuera Morrison, so...
Right.
Like, he's getting paid to show his face. But
that goes back to what you said a while back about nobody does comic-accurate movies because they have to show the actors' faces, like Marvel.
Yeah.
And Fox.
Yeah, people
and all
want that screen time.
Right. And that's, I mean, some of the issues with Mandalorian is Pedro Pascal wants that screen time as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, you signed on for this.
I can't tell if he's handsome or fucking weird looking.
He is a goon, and...
Sometimes he looks like a handsome man, and then other times I'm just like, Jesus.
I don't know.
A face right now that it's like only a mother could love.
When you watch Wonder Woman and you see him in that, he just looks weird.
Yeah.
Just no mustache, looking all weird. He needs that mustache. I don't care how many people out there complain that the Mandalorian had a mustache in this episode, but damn it, he needs one.
Yeah, it definitely goes with his face.
Well, I mean, he needs it for his facial structure requires that he has facial hair.
Yeah.
Too bad. Stop crying about it.
So, I'm gonna keep wanting to call him Bill Burr. Mayfield says that he needs to get to an imperial
console.
Yeah, like a computer console.
Right.
And the closest one is on a planet called Morak, which they're like, Morak's a fucking... Nothing's on Morak. And he's like, yeah, it's like a secret base no one's supposed to know about.
Well, we know now.
Which, when we get to the planet, pretty much right away after he says that, I was expecting, like, bleak, Mars, dead planet type of shit. This is fucking jungle paradise.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it was awesome.
Why would there be nothing there? Like,
I would vacation there. It was so nice.
I guess maybe because of this stuff that they're mining is so volatile, like nobody wants to be on the planet.
Probably the biggest reason you can't really have much of a culture there.
What did they call that stuff? Do you know?
I can't remember. It wasn't
There's,
Viridium, was
there's
it?
some sort of explosive material that they're mining. They have a refinery here, but there's these giant trucks that have to drive very precisely because if they go too fast,
Yeah, if they
somehow that causes the material to heat
it's
up.
not
That
just
doesn't
fast.
make any sense.
It's how bad it jostles. You know,
Yeah,
like
if it jostles around and shit,
Right.
it's very, very volatile.
those trucks were fucking phenomenal. That was the first time those have ever been in Star Wars that I've noticed, and they were beautiful.
Yeah, I liked them a lot. Basically, they decide, like, they're going to have to... The only way to get into this place is to hijack a truck. Dresses stormtroopers, which I've never seen the stormtrooper armor before either. It was super cool looking.
Yep, I liked it with the pointed face.
And, so Bill Burr keeps giving Mando shit about taking off his helmet. Which I feel like they kind of, like they hit that nail a little too hard.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, and that was my problem with this episode. Is like I like this episode, but there are a few things I'm like, well, that's gonna come back. That's gonna come. Like,
of course.
They foreshadowed things too hard. It's like just let certain things be a surprise. Like,
Yeah, I think you see that a lot. That's the trend in this whole
it happens
series.
all the fucking
Every
time now.
episode.
It happens with everything, not just
Yeah.
Mandalorian. It happens with every
Yeah.
fucking movie, show, whatnot. Is all like they basically look into the camera and go, "We're going to use this later."
Yeah.
Like just just let it happen naturally.
Hey, by the end of this movie, you're gonna see my face.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mando he wears stormtrooper armor, and I'm just gonna call him Bill Burr. Bill Burr's like, what's the rule there? Like, you just can't show your face, or you can't not wear your Mandalorian helmet? Like, what? Pick a fucking side here.
Yeah, he makes a good point. I mean, is it just when he's in his Mandalorian garb can he not show his face, or is it ever? Do you never show your face? What is the way?
I like when he's talking to him and he goes, he's like, "You people." He's like, "By you people, I mean Mandalorians."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He had to dig himself out of that hole.
Because there's a lot of social commentary in this episode.
Yep.
Like he's straight up like, you just think you're on the right side. Like they're doing the same thing that you do. They're doing the same thing that the fucking rebels do. Like, and the New Republic soldiers. Like everyone's just doing their job.
Yeah.
Like, they just happen to be on the wrong side. And then there's a giant explosion. And then another giant explosion. And it turns out pirates are trying to... They're not even... Like, they don't even really explain that. Like, they're not trying to steal this shit. They're just trying to blow it up.
Right. They're trying to stop... they're trying to stop the refinery, basically, and stop them from working on the planet, I believe.
Yeah, they got thermal detonators, just like in
Thermal
Return of the
detonators,
Jedi. Mando goes up top to fight him. And
That was phenomenal. That action scene was fantastic.
Yeah, he forgets that he's not wearing his armor.
Oh yeah, and he takes
That
a
is
few.
indestructible, so he's like using his arms to just try to block like sticks and stuff, and he's getting the shit kicked out of him, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" Like, yeah, I'm not wearing Beskar. Like this stuff hurts.
Yep. Yeah, that unbelievable action in that entire scene, and you can see it even though you didn't see his face. You could see it when he beat the first three things of pirates, and then another group shows up. You could feel it, and you could see it. Him just sigh and go, "Oh
Yeah,
shit!"
he's just like exhausted, but he's still putting his dukes up.
Yeah, but he does it. Yeah, because Mando's the man. That's all there is to it.
Just takes down all the pirates, and then when all seems lost, there's like 8 pirate ships behind them, and they all have thermal detonators ready to go. TIE fighters show up and just start laying waste to all these pirates. And they play this very like heroic music. Like
Yeah.
to keep furthering the message that like Bill Burr was talking about. Like they play this like it would be the same music if X-Wings had shown up.
Right. They want you to root for the Imperials at this point.
And then the gates open, and there's Imperial soldiers there clapping and giving them thumbs up and stuff,
Yeah.
and they're still playing that music, and yeah, it's very, very to the point of like when we're at war, like nobody wins, like everybody
Right,
loses.
because every
like,
side thinks they're on the right side. That's exactly what
Yeah.
you said earlier. Every side thinks they're doing the right thing.
So they go inside, they get to the terminal. Like now they are locked inside an Imperial base full of stormtroopers and Imperial officers, and they're just like, fuck, like we
Yeah.
just got to get in there and do this. And Bill Burr goes to go in. It's in like a break room.
Yeah.
The terminal's in like a lunchroom.
Yeah. That was kind of a silly
Um,
place for that instead of like officers' quarters or an office or something.
And he sees an Imperial officer, and he's like, oh fuck. He turns around. He's like, we got to call this off. Like that guy used to be my commanding officer.
Yeah, mission abort.
Mando's like, will he recognize you? He's like, I don't fucking know. Like, let's
Yeah,
get
that
the
was
fuck
years
outta here.
ago. Who knows? I'm not taking
And
a chance.
Mando's like, well, give me the stick. I'll do it. And he's like, no, like you have to get your face scanned on the computer. And he's like, yeah, give me the fucking stick. Like,
Which
he,
blows my mind that he tried it without
yeah,
taking
he
his helmet off.
walks up to this terminal and gets his face scanned with the helmet on. And it is immediately like, no, you got 10 seconds to redo this.
Yep.
And then he pops that that helmet right off.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I
They
was at a loss
got-
for words on that one.
They got face recognition, but that's not how face recognition works. It's called face recognition because it has to recognize your face.
Yeah.
He's just somebody. Like he's not Imperial.
Maybe it instead of face recognition, it's human recognition or humanoid recognition, and it won't do droids or something like that. So maybe
Yeah, we missed that part. They asked Boba Fett to go, and he's like, they might recognize my face.
Yeah. Oh, and so what if his sidekick there, Mulan, whatever. I'm gonna call her Mulan because I don't know her real name, and
For
I don't
anyone
know.
that thinks Ben's being racist, she
Yeah,
didn't play
no,
Mulan.
she
It's
played
not just
Mulan. I'm not
because she's
being
Asian.
racist. What's her face? She said she was on a list too that she'd be recognized,
Yeah.
and then so would what's her name, Gina?
Yeah, Cara Dune is
Cara
definitely
Dune.
on the
Yeah.
list. She's a.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Why do I
she's a
want to
New
call
Republic.
her Gina? Yeah, she's New Republic.
Her
so-
real name's Gina. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, Gina. So yeah, her character would be instantly recognized because everybody knows who she is. So it left it down to these two monkeys, and they went in there and they did it right. They let Mando take off his helmet.
He goes to leave, and that officer we spoke of, he's a real shitbag in every movie he's in.
I don't recognize him.
Oh, really? He's in Doom. I think he also might be the guy that killed Bruce Wayne's parents in Batman Begins.
Very well could be. Yep.
Yeah, he's a real shithead in a lot of things. He walks up to Mando and he's like, who are you, basically? What's your number? Where are you from? Which is weird. Like, he didn't really do anything suspicious, so I don't know why he rolled on him. But Bill Burr rolls up and he's like, oh, yeah, nope, his number's this, and this is my number, and he just can't hear you. He's hard of hearing.
He can't speak or hear because he's a deaf mute. He's something.
So the guy's
Yeah.
like, oh, you guys are the ones that delivered the package today? You're the only ones to make it back. Let's have a drink. And
There's I can't remember. My wife was super excited about this because they reference Office Space. He's like,
he
oh,
said,
we gotta
let's go fill out the TPS report.
Yeah, the TPS reports. And she's like, I want to know why there's an Easter egg for Office Space in there. And I'm like, I don't know. Was Bill Burr in Office Space? Was somebody in Office? Was that guy in Office Space? I don't know. Got to do some research on that though.
Yeah, it could have been writers or director or something.
That's what I said. I said it was maybe directed, maybe by the same
I mean,
person.
I don't think it was directed. I highly doubt this episode was directed by Mike Judge.
Oh yeah, probably not.
So they sit down to have a drink. Bill Burr starts launching into this war story about how he served on this planet that was basically decimated, and it was this officer's call to let 5,000 to 10,000 people die. And he's just like, and the guy's like, well, it was good for them. Like,
Yeah,
and,
yeah. He made it. He spun it into like, yeah. Who cares if 10,000 people died? Now they're flourishing or something, and
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
you're a
we'll be like
shitbag.
the empire is rising again, and no one's gonna say shit. Like,
Yeah,
once we're back up and running, people will like thank us because they don't actually want freedom; they just want like order.
yep. And you could feel the tension in that room.
Yeah, Bill Burr's whole monologue was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
Where
Absolutely.
he's breaking
beautiful.
down, like, is it good for the people the families that died? Was it good for the innocent villagers that were killed for no reason? Was it good for my fellow soldiers that died for nothing? And finally, Bill Burr just shoots him,
It
which
takes
I was
him right
waiting
out.
for it the whole time. And then they just say fuck it, and they both just start killing everybody. This episode I watched with all of my children because I was like, this show is good. The kids love it, and this is the first one with like extreme fucking violence in it. People are being run over left and right, and then people are getting shot in the head every 2 seconds.
That was fantastic. Yeah, that's awesome.
That
Scarred those children for life.
that Imperial officer also said that like the payload that they delivered today would make that event that Bill Burr was describing seem like nothing. So they're trying to escape the building, and Cara Dune and Mulan are sharpshooting all the people that are after them. They're trying to get to the rooftop to meet up with Boba Fett on Slave One. They get on the Slave One, and then Bill Burr takes a rifle and shoots something on the roof of the base that makes the whole thing explode.
Oh, he shot that truck. He shot the truck full of that explosive.
Yeah, if the event you're describing killed 10,000 people, and that's going to look like nothing in comparison, pretty sure that explosion would have been a lot bigger. It didn't even blow up the entire building.
Yeah, it should have looked like a nuclear explosion at this point that kills hundreds of thousands of people, but whatever.
Yeah, so they escape, and but they don't like leave the planet. They just go somewhere else on the planet, and like, all right, Bill Burr, you're free. Like,
yeah, they're like, who's gonna know that you didn't die? Oh well, no, he died in action, so I'm sorry.
yeah, that was the other thing they foreshadowed. I'm like, yeah, well, that's good. Like when he was like, oh, I do this and then I'm free. It's like, well, that's definitely what's gonna happen.
I liked his line because it turned back into a Bill Burr line. He's like, are you saying I can go? Because I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna leave him on that planet?
Apparently they did because they took off.
Where the only people there are Imperial soldiers that he just tried to murder?
No, remember they drove through a whole like community of.
Oh yes, the poor people.
Yeah, there is life on that planet that's not Imperial. They're impoverished, but they drove through that area, and all those people are looking at these trucks like, oh shit. But.
Oh yeah, right before that, when they're taking off in the Slave One, they're getting chased by a couple of TIE fighters, and the way that Boba Fett gets rid of them is he drops the same bomb that the Slave One drops in Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
That drops silently and blows up silently, and then it's like a big sound wave. I fucking love that because I love that scene.
Yep, that was badass. I'm in bed going, oh yeah, that's fucking phenomenal.
So Mayfield's free. I'm sure we'll see him again next season.
Yep.
Yep,
that's a
and
good
then
thing.
we cut to Moff Gideon's ship, and he is apparently when Mando sent that, like looked for him, he also sent him a message.
Yes.
And it is the pretty much word for word, just changed to fit Mando. It's the same message Moff Gideon gave Mando when he first appeared.
Yeah, you've got something.
And demanded the child back. Yeah, he's like, oh. It will be mine again. Like, you have no idea how important this thing is to me.
Yeah.
Which I also, like, they showed that in the, like, previously on at the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, can nothing not be foreshadowed?
I wish, you know what? Media kills everything, though. I mean, you see half your TV shows and half your movies before you even get to watch them. So.
Yeah.
They need to leave something for the imagination, and they don't.
I did like that part a lot. But, yeah, and that's how the episode ends, so.
Short one this time. It was like 38 minutes or something like that.
Short but good.
Yeah, it was action-packed but short, and it put the message across that Mando's coming.
How many Baby Yodas out of 5 are you giving this?
This one's a top 5 for me. I thought this was a great show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4. I love the episode, but like I said, there were things that I didn't like, which it's not nothing the characters did or anything. It's just that's like lazy writing a little bit to me.
I
Like just don't give it away. So
the
easily.
action alone just saved it for me. So
Yeah.
the action was phenomenal. And again, Bill Burr's character actually having a not a crazy monologue, but a great monologue. You know, because in the first season he screamed like he does in F is for Family, and you're like, stop being a comedian and start acting. And he did. This season he did a phenomenal job. I think he's a great addition to the cast.
Yeah, he did fantastic. I give his performance a 5.
5 out of 5.
Well, we only got one episode left, right? Next episode's the last one.
I do believe it's the last one.
Yeah, so look forward to that. I can't imagine what's gonna happen. I'm sure it's gonna be a long episode though.
He better get Baby Yoda back or Grogu back at the end of this season, or I'm gonna be pissed waiting till next year.
Yeah, I don't want to wait.
Nope.
What if whoever Jedi he called upon just shows up and steals him?
Yeah, that could happen. There's speculation that they're going to. This is just speculation. This is stuff I've been reading. Not a credible source, really. That they're gonna concentrate on Boba Fett next season, and Mandalorian Mando's going to take a back seat to the whole show.
I was shocked that there wasn't a Boba Fett series announcement at that Disney Plus event because I heard he was getting his own series.
Primaries for Boba Fett, but they did not announce his series. But they've started filming the primaries like they would for The Mandalorian, and it is on the Mandalorian schedule. But it's mostly Boba Fett, so they're pushing it like because of the issues Pedro Pascal has with not being able to take his helmet off more often, and wanting more screen time, and all the problems he had last season while they were filming, they're going to give him less time and concentrate more on Boba. No, and there's only a few where they start doing, more of the other characters. Like the last episode was a lot of the other characters. But I get that.
But I still feel like he's the primary focus. Yeah. I think there's just a lot of like shit talk. Like he could just be filming all of his scenes to get him out of the way because he has to start filming Aquaman 2 or something. You know what I mean? Like scheduling conflicts cause that type of shit to happen all the time. Like it isn't filmed linearly. Like they film that shit as they need to. So, all right, but let us know how many Baby Yodas out of 5 you give this in the comments. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, FNBN Podcast. We're on Facebook and Instagram, FNBN, the number 4 and the letter U. We have cool merch. We should probably make some sort of... Well, we can't really use Baby Yoda.
We could
make some sort of Mandalorian Minute merchandise. This will come back for Season 3. We have merch, tpublic.com/FNBN. You can figure it out from there. We will see you next week. This has been your 4 Nerds by Nerds Mandalorian Minute.